depth, structure replaces color, and current lines carve quiet corridors across rock and sand. Low light compresses distance, and every ledge becomes shelter where bottom species avoid open water.
A loose school holds formation, moving steadily along contour lines where food scent and shelter overlap. Coordinated turns reduce exposure, and calm spines stay lower while the school threads tight structure. A hard beak crushes shell prey, and slow fin strokes keep position stable above sand.
Spacing prevents collisions, and the school uses channels like lanes that guide movement through broken terrain.
Smaller baits match smaller mouths, and circle hooks reduce deep hooking during high-volume hauling cycles.
Swivels shed twist, and chafe sleeves protect leaders when fish roll and brush steel at the rail. Clean coils feed smoothly, and consistent spacing prevents tangles when multiple hooks arrive together.
A large hull steadies operations, keeping longline handling controlled when weather shifts offshore. Freeboard and drainage shed water fast, reducing slip hazards, while gear tension stays constant. Testing hauler speed early prevents shock loads later when deep line weight climbs toward daylight.
Weighted placement keeps hooks near bottom, but the first take waits for scent and current alignment. Schools often circle first, and commitment comes only after the safest angle opens near cover.
Tools staged before tension rises prevent confusion, keeping hands away from spines during fast landings.
Buoys keep set ends recoverable, holding position when swell and fog erase surface reference points.
Before harvest begins, the school stays calm, using ledges as cover along the slope.
Fast clipping reduces hook exposure, and measured spacing keeps retrieval orderly during high-volume cycles. Precise heading reduces sideways drag, keeping the set aligned over structure where schools travel.
The deep stays quiet, and the first decisive bite has not yet broken the calm below.
A quick bite turns slack into tension, and the circle hook seats as the fish turns away.
Swivel rotation limits twist, and chafe sleeves protect leaders when bodies roll near bottom rock.
Above the set, the ship holds position, keeping tension consistent while weight rises from depth. Hauler pressure rises smoothly, lifting deep weight without shock that can cut leaders at crimps.
Waterline turbulence tests the set, and steady pressure prevents slack that can unseat a hook.
Spines require distance, so long tools and covered trays keep hands safe during rapid unhooking.
When bait disappears, tension builds, and the hook rotates into position under steady pull. Hardware absorbs rolling motion, keeping the leader from twisting tight while the fish climbs upward.
Stable station keeping prevents side drag, keeping the main line aligned and reducing hook chatter.
Steady hydraulic pull absorbs surges, keeping braided mainline tracking true while load climbs.
Surface chop multiplies drag, and constant pressure guides the leader clear of steel edges.
Short leaders limit spinning, and long tools keep spines away while hooks release cleanly fast.
One take transfers force through hardware, and the weighted line lifts cleanly away from rock.
Swivels shed twist under load, and chafe sleeves prevent abrasion as the pair rises steadily.
A high freeboard hull reduces deck wash, letting hauling continue through spray without constant flooding.
Controlled retrieval prevents tangles, keeping leaders away from boots and rail corners during fast cycles.
Paired swell and foam hid the leader, and steady tension keeps the hook seated through turbulence.
A steady pull completes the rotation, and the circle hook locks at the corner with minimal damage.
Heading control limits sideways drag, keeping gangins separated and reducing crossing leaders near the surface.
Rhythm matters, and a clean workstation prevents missed hooks when the next cluster reaches the rail. Early volume demands organization, and sealed totes keep temperature stable while hauling continues into night.
Empty hooks show uneven distribution, and the set keeps moving until it intersects the dense school again.
The school compresses near cover, and the next bites are likely to come in quick succession. Two adjacent hooks load together, and the main line tightens evenly as the school reacts as one.
Parallel leaders stay separated by spacing, and swivels release twist as both fish rise together steadily.
Hooks and taut leaders stay visible at the mouth, while paired fish thrash beside the steel hull. Long tools and short leaders prevent spinning, letting two fish be unhooked safely in sequence.
Multiple bites create staggered tension, and spacing keeps leaders from crossing during the first lift.
Visible hooks and tight leaders confirm control, keeping both fish guided beside its steel through turbulent foam.
When two fish take bait, steady lift keeps both hooks seated without tearing soft mouth corners. Parallel leaders stay separated by spacing, and swivels reduce twist as paired fish climb from depth.
Tall steel freeboard fills the frame, and visible hooks with tight leaders keep both fish controlled.
Rapid icing stabilizes quality, and sealed totes manage volume without losing temperature control.
Three hooks load close together, and clean spacing prevents leaders from braiding during the initial climb.
Visible hooks and tight leaders hold control, guiding both fish beside steel through heavy foam.
Sequence unhooking reduces risk, and the landing tray keeps spines oriented away from legs.
Cluster bites arrive suddenly, and steady lift keeps tension even across gangins under cold current.
Swivels absorb rolling motion, keeping leaders straight and preventing twist knots as the pair rises.
Hooks and leaders stay visible at the mouth, confirming tension control as both fish fight at the surface.
Short leader control prevents spinning, and quick icing locks quality before the next pair reaches the rail.
Three fish taking at once confirms the school is tight, and the set intersects the moving mass.
Visible hooks and tight leaders keep both fish controlled, even as spray and foam hide the hull edge.
Careful spacing prevents spine contact, and the covered tray system keeps hooks from snagging clothing.
Two adjacent hooks load again, and the main line climbs cleanly without dragging leaders across rock. Parallel tracking keeps gangins separated, and rotation at swivels prevents stored twist from building.
Hooks and leaders stay visible at the mouth, proving tension remains constant through surface turbulence.
Fast cycles demand discipline, and sealed totes prevent warm spray from degrading the chilled fish.
Three fish on one stretch raises workload, and consistent spacing keeps leaders from tangling under lift.
Tall steel freeboard fills the frame, and visible hooks with tight leaders keep both fish controlled.
Long tools reduce puncture risk, and orderly sequencing keeps three hooks moving without snagging lines.
A tight school creates paired bites, and steady lift keeps both leaders clear of bottom snags. Smooth swivel rotation sheds twist early, keeping leaders strong and hooks aligned during the long climb.
Inflated bodies and visible leaders show stress response, while constant tension keeps hooks seated beside steel.
Short leader control prevents spinning,
and the landing tray keeps spines pointed away from the crew.
3 bites in one cluster shows peak density, and hauling rate must stay steady to avoid crossings.
Visible hooks and taut leaders hold control, guiding paired fish beside steel through heavy foam and spray.
Rapid icing stabilizes quality, and sealed totes hold temperature while the next cluster approaches.
2 fish taking together keeps tension balanced, and hardware spacing stops leaders from touching during ascent. Chafe sleeves take abrasion, and swivels keep the lift smooth when paired fish spin slowly upward.
Tall steel freeboard fills the frame, and visible hooks with tight leaders hold control through heavy foam.
D-hook order matters, and controlled placement keeps spines away from boots during repeated paired landings.
3 hooks load again, and a steady climb keeps leaders separated while the school stays tight below.
Tall steel freeboard fills the frame, and visible hooks with tight leaders keep both fish controlled beside steel. Tray spacing prevents spine strikes, and clean workflow keeps 3 hooks moving without tangles.
Paired bites continue in waves, and steady lift maintains balanced load across both gangins. Rotation sheds twist early, preventing kinked leaders that can fail during repeated high-volume hauling cycles.
Inflated spiny bodies and visible leaders show defense response, while steady tension keeps hooks seated beside steel.
High volume demands fast organization, and sealed totes keep temperature stable while hooks keep cycling.
Before processing begins, quiet celebration marks a clean haul where the set intersected the dense school.
Watch the spikes on that one. This one is definitely a medium.
Sealing reduces oxidation and drip loss, keeping portions firm and clean through rough transit.
High heat sets a thin crust quickly, while short timing protects moisture in delicate small portions.
Simple butter and citrus lift aroma, keeping the dish clean and direct after long hours on deck.
Secured totes prevent sliding, and stable temperature control protects value through roll and vibration underway. Transit becomes quality control, where steady motion and cold storage carry the catch toward premium service.
Restaurant trimming keeps fish portions uniform, ensuring even searing and clean texture through busy service.
Controlled searing builds caramel notes, while precise timing protects tenderness in small, delicate portions.
An emulsified sauce carries aroma evenly, adding richness without overpowering the clean profile. Minimal plating highlights texture and gloss, showcasing value created by disciplined offshore handling and icing.
Quiet service mirrors deck discipline, carrying temperature control and careful timing into the dining room.
Clean flakes and springy bite confirm fast chilling, proving the cold chain stayed intact end to end.
Final refinement looks effortless, but true quality begins with steady tension and safe unhooking offshore.
You were right about this place. The tuna is exquisite.
I thought you might enjoy that. The chef here is truly talented.
A glossy finish complements firm meat that holds shape through precise heat control and balanced seasoning.
The ocean resets behind the ship, and the Longline story ends with calm distance and hard-earned order.